The story of the Good Samaritan is a classic tale told by Jesus when a man comes up and asks him, who is my neighbor? And when we're told to love our neighbor as ourselves. And Jesus tells the story of a man who's beaten and stripped and robbed and left for dead at the side of the road, and all sorts of important people, the mayor and all sorts of other religious leaders and politicians go by the other side of the road. People very busy trying to get things done, not wanting to get involved. And then a undocumented immigrant comes by, sees him, takes care of him, puts him up and makes sure he's looked after. That's telling it in a little bit more modern way than when Jesus told about the priest and the Levite and the Samaritan. But it's the same story. How do we see the people around us? We're so often interested in getting the details done in our life, taking care of our own issues, trying to be heard, that we miss the people that are the needs that are the closest to us. We miss the needs of those who are around us. We miss the voices of people who differ from us. Somehow in our society, especially as we're becoming less and less religious, and the way communication and marketing is developing our country into ways of different groups, we become more tribal. We look after our family as we should. Or the friends that we have, the immediate friends or the friends from college or high school, people we've known on Facebook, the people who agree with us politically. We have our little tribe, and those people we take care of and we look for. If it's an issue or concern out there, away somewhere, a tragedy that befalls, we feel for it, and we do what we can, maybe send some money or something, but it's safe to think of it out there. But when things are right before us, it's much harder. And at the core of this story is empathy. When we find ourselves not always needing to express our own views or get done the things we need to do or take care of our own issues, but are aware that others around us have needs. Others around us have differing opinions that need to be heard. When we can feel empathy for others, our life is transformed. Recently, with all the gun violence, there's been a lot said about people saying, well, my thoughts and prayers are with the families and the people and the country. And people are shouting back that your thoughts and prayers mean nothing. And the result of that is that religion is getting a bad name and people want nothing to do with it. It's not that thoughts and prayers aren't helpful. There's nothing greater we can do than offer our prayers for others. But prayers transform ourselves. First and foremost. So often when people say, my thoughts and prayers are with them, really what they're saying is, this is tragic, this is horrible, I'm moved by this, I'm sorry this has happened. And it's just a phrase that people say. They're not really offering their thoughts and prayers. You can't offer your thoughts and prayers for the families and the people of victims and for our country and what's going on, and then find yourself demonizing another politician. For somebody, most often it's Republicans who are saying, oh, my thoughts and prayers, but then they turn around and demonize Nancy Pelosi or Joe Biden. That doesn't work. I say the Republican way because oftentimes the Democrats aren't the ones saying thoughts and prayers. That's why it's not one way or the other, because both sides have issues. But if we're praying, as we need to, we're going to be able to hear the voice of others. we're going to be able to hear and understand and be able to articulate what the man across the street who has a political sign who differs from me, or a bumper sticker on their car who differs from me, whether it be a Biden or a Trump or a Mills or a LePage, that I could understand why that person feels that way, or their side. I may not agree with them, I don't need to agree, but I could argue in a way that they would say, yes, that's what I think. If I have to find some way that can understand why this person would feel this way. Even when people have racist or opinions that I might find to be abhorrent, to understand why somebody would come to that place with a love and compassion. That's what prayer brings me to. To stop the demonization. To stop calling others in ways or seeing others as threats. The need for empathy. And this is not just politically, this is within our families, people who just get under our skin, or friends, or people that with whom we live in our world that just bother us to no end. Are we really praying for them? Or just letting them bother, haunt us, just annoy in deep, deep ways, and have us be hurt and avoid them? The story of the Good Samaritan is a story of some people set on their own way, trying to accomplish great things in this world, holding on to great causes and crusades and issues and righteous deeds. There's one man who has empathy. Jesus was looking at the man with empathy and saying, this is the path to take. Before any cause, before any righteous deed, before any self-justification, we're called to find that place of empathy. That place where we pray for someone so deeply, so deeply, that our heart is changed, our mind is transformed. It is a way of loving ourselves as we love others. May God's blessings be with you and all those whom you love, those who challenge you, those who bring joy to your life, and those who you will meet today for the first time. Blessings.